There once was a man named Gold Roger who was king of the pirates. He had fame, power, and wealth beyond your wildest dreams. Before they hung him from the gallows, these were the final words he said.
Our perspective is yours for the taking, but you'll have to join us first. We left everything we debated at the Yonko table.
Ever since, pirates from all over the world set sail for the Grand Line, searching for the Yonko table, the table that will make their dreams come true. Yo, everyone. That is the voice of your Yonko host, DrJaceAttorney, and we are here to set sail on the Grand Line into the realm of She-Hulk, episode 5. Has She-Hulk been getting stale? Has it been getting better? What's the deal with She-Hulk in its 5th episode? We're well past what would be considered the pre-season finale or the mid-season finale, whatever you want to call it. We're over halfway through with She-Hulk, and we got a lot to talk about with episode 5. But with me, as always, to deep dive She-Hulk, because he is a She-Hulk stan, Yonko Grandmaster Hoop. Grandmaster, I see the excitement in your eyes about She-Hulk. You're like losing it right now. What's going on?
I think I'm moderately tamed right now, which is okay. I don't think I would even call myself a stan. There again, same thing. There are things I like and dislike about She-Hulk. I will say overall, I think I enjoyed this episode. I feel like I've been enjoying the episodes that kind of just focus on Jen and kind of, I don't know. This one was fine. I thought it was relatively good per se. We'll get into it, but it's still not a knock out the park. So
okay, all right.
It's still not balanced as far as, what I think a comedy from Marvel should be, So that's where I stand currently. But again, there's stuff to like. So
there is stuff to like. I found myself enjoying this episode a little bit more than the last couple weeks, and there's specifics to that, and I don't know if that's a testament to how good the show is or if it leans more into certain other aspects, but we'll deep dive those. But we're not alone today. As always, we are here with fellow supernovas alike to deep dive the episode. And let's get into it. So, She-Hulk, episode 5. Overall thoughts. Again, it's another 30-minute episode of She-Hulk, which is technically like 27 minutes.
24 minutes.
24
this
minutes.
one was
6 minutes.
This one was the
Wow.
shortest one, yes, and it did feel short. It felt really kind of
now
wrapped up.
Is it you say that in the sense of like it was so good you didn't notice how much time flew by, or you like literally felt like, wow, this was really short?
It felt like the central conflict with the trial of the trademark of the name She-Hulk and whatever you want to call the subplot. It wrapped up. Yeah, it wrapped up really quickly.
It just concluded.
It was like,
that was about it.
Oh, what are we gonna do? Hey, here's the answer. Hey, here's the follow-up to the answer. It's over.
Yeah. So this episode, I feel like, I don't know, last episode with Madison with the Y, and it's not where you think it is. After her appearance, I think people were like, wow, I'm a Madison stan. So I've been hearing a lot of positive things about that episode.
There's a lot.
And I think people are just now starting to get to the point where it's like, this TV show is like super campy. It's like, you can't really take this TV show and compare it to something like WandaVision because it'll never be her, it'll never be up to that tier. So I think people are just enjoying the lightheartedness of She-Hulk, and they're just kind of laughing at how not cheesy it is, but like how gimmicky it is, So I think this one was fine. This is also the first episode that we didn't have a cameo in, which is kind of interesting.
Yeah.
Well,
no cameo.
No physical cameo, but would you still count something at the end? It's a tease. They leaned into it. I was like, oh wow, they're really not gonna reference anything. Oh no, there it is. All right.
And this is also the first episode without an end credit scene.
Yeah, I thought they
Yeah.
said every episode was gonna have an end credit scene. So
I feel the way they ended the episode, they said, "Oh, this is enough."
this is an or
'Cause
maybe maybe they
honestly,
forgot. Like maybe
well,
there was supposed to be like the credits were supposed to start after the Jen part where she puts on the clothes and then credits roll and then
yeah, that
you see
yes.
the fashion designer saying, "Oh, don't leave these out here," and you get the reference. I got what's her name? Mode,
Edna Mode.
Edna Mode.
And guest.
Definitely a lot of vibes of Edna Mode.
Well, God, now we might as well just talk about it.
Oh,
Cat's out the
we can.
bag.
We can.
Damn it, we're not talking about She-Hulk on the She-Hulk show.
Well, okay, hold on. Well,
But I think that's
here's
like the
thing.
whole point of She-Hulk.
Right. I feel like with this episode of She-Hulk, I liked the parts that really didn't involve She-Hulk that much. Surprisingly. So for example, the lawyer that is behind you, that is sitting next to She-Hulk, the one that was
Yes.
defending her this episode, I really liked her.
I did too.
I told you about her. That's Angelica.
Oh, from
Was that
Hamilton?
really?
Yes, that's Renee.
wow.
Elise Gooseberry.
Look at that.
Now I need to watch Hamilton and tell Nino Desplazado how great Hamilton is because he loves Hamilton.
Yes, she did really good. I did enjoy her. I really enjoyed her. I enjoyed the trial I guess the trial proceedings in a sense. I feel they took a more kind of accurate approach here. And I don't know. I think it worked. I liked it. I like the combating. Oh, you don't want to be called She-Hulk. Here's a video of her saying I'm not She-Hulk. Oh, here's a video of her saying I am She-Hulk. Oh, what are we gonna do? I don't know.
That's not how trial works.
I know it's
not at
not
all.
how trial works. I know you have to enter that evidence before the trial. You have to share what evidence you're going to.
But I have a surprise
enter the
witness to come into the courtroom.
I know. I know it's not,
Opens
like,
a portal.
accurate.
Wong comes out alongside Mephisto.
I thought this one at least, I don't know, tried to be more accurate. Maybe I don't know.
They didn't pull any
I mean,
more surprise
we-
witnesses. That's better.
I don't think you can ever take any of the law scenes as accurate because they had zero people who know law at all writing the show. So we just have to go and
They
see what
didn't.
we can.
They did the bare minimum. Those people.
They did. But did you feel like the relationship between that lawyer and Jennifer Walters, like, did we miss something? Like, there were a lot of things that we had to pick up on, and I didn't pick up on all of them.
Who? Yeah, go ahead.
One, her name is Mallory Brooke. That's her name.
Sorry, bro.
Actress or
first-
the character?
The character. We
Okay.
first saw her briefly, ever so briefly. The episode with the light elf. That was the first time we saw her, and it was just
Okay.
really brief and it was really quick. What I believe happened here, I think a lot of She-Hulk got cut
Oh, yeah.
because it was implied that there was like somewhat of a rivalry and that maybe Mallory would be, she would feel some type of way taking on Jennifer as a client. And it was like, yeah, you had to pick that up. It was like the vibe she was giving off. However, it was like, we have never seen these two interact with each other. Like, ever. Because again, she only ever appeared ever so briefly with that light elf shenanigan. And that was it. So, and then, by the end of the episode, she's like, I'm so glad we're friends. We didn't really know you weren't friends or that you were clamoring to be her friend.
Or frenemies or whatever sort of vibe that they were trying to give off. I did not get any of that until I felt like there was something missing.
Yes, it's almost as if they had an idea to have Mallory feel some type of way about maybe Jen heading the superhuman law division. Maybe Mallory was up for that position, but then they're like, oh, She-Hulk, we want, a superpower person to be the face.
That totally makes sense because it seems like in corporate world, they're always pinning like women against women to see who's going to take that spot type of thing. And you can kind of get like an idea of that from when they were in the bar, when they're talking about like, oh, I hate that I have to prove myself to these underrepresented white people or whatever it was. It was like, yeah, like we get it, like we understand the frustration, but like I wish we had like a little bit more of like an insight on, and these are really short episodes. We can totally add an extra like 1 minute dialogue conversation between them just to like give us that filler.
Just the
But
extra 5 minutes, make it 30. Jesus.
I also understand though that like if she's having that conversation with the She-Hulk, the animators were probably like, we're burnt out, we can't do this. But have her have the conversation with Jen Walters. Like I don't mind seeing Jen Walters have like human to human conversations with people. Like that's totally okay. Like I'd rather that than not have anything and try to fill in the blanks on my own.
Right. I don't know. Like the more I think about it, I'm starting to think maybe these episodes are this short because of the VFX. Like maybe the VFX has a toll on like how long they could keep these characters on screen. I'm guessing.
I would hate
So.
I would hate to think it is the VFX as a reason. I think the writers are really just trying to tell these really short, concise episodes that kind of get to the point and don't kind of overstay their welcome. And maybe it's because they center the show being around a comedy. Like, there was no action sequence in this episode,
There was none.
So I feel, if anything, this might be more what the writers are trying to lean towards as far as their idea of a She-Hulk show. Just kind of, A plot with the courtroom, B plot with some She-Hulkness to it,
But I mean, like if you really wanted to have a show that's heavy on the writing and less on the action, get better writers. I'm sorry, I have to say it. Like these writers are trash with some of like the conversation and the dialogue that they're having. Like it's not that great. And then for them to be like, oh, we're really heavy on dialogue in this, like Lucifer is a TV show that is like, it's quirky, it's funny, and like you have like some sort of like law in there, like they're trying to put the pieces together in like a quick 30-minute episode. Do something like that, like there are a lot of different TV shows out there that can do this type of stuff way better because they have a team that knows what they're doing. And I feel like with this one, it's kind of hard. It's kind of hard when you have like these writers that are just not experienced in that. And then how did they get into the room if the TV show is She-Hulk, attorney at law?
Yeah, there's I feel like there's something up with this show where there were parts that were cut out. And I feel whether that's a testament to how bad the writing was, or if maybe they did write something more competent and the editorial process, they just cut out where is Titania coming from? Titania literally, as one would put it, smashed in from the ceiling in episode 1. And she attacked people in there just randomly out of nowhere.
Must have posted bail.
We still don't have it. We don't have anything on why she even bursted in there, right? She just bursted through the door, and the sequence in which she was, taken care of was very short, very quick. Never see her again, and then we see her filing suit in the next time. I don't know. Like this is kind of a mess. This is bad. This is bad.
Oh, speaking of Titania, again, yeah, I agree. I think some stuff are cut. Again, we don't even have an origin of Titania as far as,
What's her thing? Like super power? Like is she just super strong? And
I think so.
I think that's about it.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
We don't know what she's been doing. I mean, we may get more Titania. Again, Jamila Jamil is listed on the casting.
But what if it's
the main cast?
What if it's for this?
I can't imagine 2 episodes and that's all we see of her. I cannot imagine.
Let me ask you this. Tim Roth, was he on the main cast? Was he listed on the main?
Yes, because he is not on the only special guest stars have been Wong, Benedict Wong, and
Mark
Mark
Tim-
Ruffalo, yeah.
So they were special guests. They weren't main cast.
Yeah, they were special guest stars. Yes.
So Tim Roth though was main cast, right?
Who's Tim Roth? What character?
Tim
is he?
Roth.
Emil Blonsky.
Yeah, Abomination.
Yeah.
So he was main cast, right?
He's main cast. He's main.
Well,
And
remember,
I'm pretty sure we see him again
This was supposed to be a 6-episode series on his trial. Like, it was supposed to like go for all 6 episodes.
Right,
But this
yeah.
ended up being just a 1-episode trial. So main cast, like, they probably had to shuffle things around. We probably aren't going to see some of these characters for main cast if they are doing all these cuts and edits.
So I'm thinking if Tim Roth was main cast for She-Hulk, I'm pretty sure we're not seeing Tim Roth again. So same with Titania. You say she's on the main cast. I feel like we're not seeing her again.
There's a promo that I know for Tim Roth, I think at the D23 promo, we are going to see him again.
In She-Hulk.
Yes, we're going to see him again in She-Hulk.
It was a promo for She-Hulk?
Yes, at D23.
Listen, no, I am going to fact check you because apparently sometimes you get yours mixed up.
No, it was for She-Hulk. It was a little She-Hulk.
Describe it. Be specific.
He's just there. You just see him. He's there, and he's clearly out of prison, which is where we left him. And then it cuts
I know
to
which one. I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, then it cuts to her conversation with Matt Murdock. So he's coming back.
Okay.
To what capacity that is, and that's the thing. With these shows, you can be in the main cast, but the main cast does not dignify whether or not you appear in the episode fully more than 5 minutes or
but I feel like if you're
anything
gonna be
between.
cast, there should be like a percentage of how much airtime you're getting on the show, you know?
I agree. However, that is what has been given. Jamila Jamil has always been in the main cast and yet has only appeared in 2 out of 5. Tim Roth, 2 out of 5. And even that Pug character, he's only been in 2 episodes or 3. Pug. The other, you don't even know his name.
Because these characters are forgettable. We get like 20 minutes.
The Iron Man 3's, the other lawyer in the Superhuman Law Division.
Okay. His name's Pug. Okay.
Yes.
The one who was with Nikki.
Iron Man 3?
No.
He
the
wants
shoes.
the Iron Man 3's, the shoes.
Oh, yeah.
Shoes.
Yeah.
This was something else, and I don't remember what else he was in.
Well, he's also listed in the main cast. So that's what I'm getting at is that as far as I think streaming shows go, the term main cast is pretty loose at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Because the only people that have appeared in every episode is Nikki and
Jen.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, sounds about right. Also, speaking of Nikki, I kind of love her. I really love her energy and all this stuff. Like, she's down to whatever. Like, hey, I need you to stand in line with me. Okay. Like, I'm enjoying this, like, this little character thing. And I think that if she was written like everybody else, I think it would be a little bit better. Or if everybody else was written like her.
Say what you want. I actually enjoyed the B plot, I think, a little more.
Which was with Nikki, right?
Yes, Nikki and Bug. Yes.
I'm telling you, the parts that I liked about the episode didn't involve Jen at the forefront.
I say this, but there's a reason why I say this, but continue.
I mean, that was it. It was I just unless what do you want to talk about the B plot or
I mean I think you know the more we talk about it,
well,
and we could talk about the B plot now, but like I think everything just ties back into it's Jen and her acceptance of the She-Hulk, and
yes.
that's the part of the show I think they're kind of nailing. The character study of Jennifer Walters. They're not nailing kind of the superhero aspect. I don't think they're really nailing the courtroom stuff, but I do like Jennifer as a character. And I do like seeing her, you know, get hit with the, you know, the kind of like just this back and forth. Do I like She-Hulk? What do I enjoy about her? Is this who I am? Or is this kind of like a separate identity that I sometimes indulge in? I feel they are getting that right.
See, the way that I'm seeing this Jennifer She-Hulk kind of dynamic, I feel like it's not that she never was accepting towards the She-Hulk. I think it's just that she hates that she has to be She-Hulk all the time. Like it has to like why can't people like me for me? Why do they have to like me for being She-Hulk? Why can't I have this job for me? Why do I have to be She-Hulk? Like I think that is the biggest thing. And as bad as it sounds, it seems like she's just embracing it, saying like, fine, if Jen isn't good enough, then I'll just be She-Hulk the whole time. Like, and I don't know if that's like the best message that can come out of this, but that's the message that I'm getting.
I am not getting that she's okay with being She-Hulk all the time. She clearly had a look of, for example, when the dude on
No, but she's slowly starting to accept that she has to be She-Hulk all the time.
I mean, that is, again, that's what I think the writing is setting up to have her realize she doesn't have to be She-Hulk all the time. I mean, I'm not trying to get ahead, but if you go look at that promo for D23, Matt Murdock raises a good point.
I thought you were the person that literally avoids all trailers, all sneak peeks.
I couldn't help but see it. But
that's true.
I don't think she's leaning towards being She-Hulk all the time. I think she's leaning towards finding what she really enjoys about Jennifer and embracing that part due to what she's got going on with She-Hulk. I can't imagine a show that would emphasize, hey, don't be yourself, be this other version of you. Sandy from Grease, I don't think this is a Sandy from Grease.
Interesting
type of scenario.
But I mean, like, so far the entire writing, the entire vibes that I'm getting is that, hey, you should embrace the fact that you're a She-Hulk, because we like She-Hulk a lot more than we like you. Like, I feel like that's kind of
no, you're right. But then you look at her when the guy says, no, I wouldn't take Jennifer Walters out. That's a clear look of, I need to, do some self-fulfillment for Jennifer.
Right. But that's the thing, is like that look also looked like, man, I got to do some deep digging and figure out how I can be She-Hulk the whole time, because apparently
you got that?
Not at all.
Oh no, that's 100% what I'm getting at.
Oh man, I didn't dig that from that interaction. Well, okay, hold on. Let's dial it back a little bit. We're jumping at the end of the courtroom session. But those talking points are going to relate to, this A plot that triggers this episode. So what? Basically, Titania, she files a lawsuit against Jen, which is what we learned from last week's episode. And it's over the trademark usage of the name She-Hulk. And I don't know. Again, some stuff had to have gotten on the cutting room floor, because now we're led to believe Titania is this social media influencer that somehow spun the name of She-Hulk into a new brand of beauty products, and she brought it to market. And like, how much time has passed?
Within like her being like in jail, and then just recently posting bail, and then doing all of this whole makeup campaign and stuff. It makes no sense.
It makes it seem like months have passed, like 4-6 months at least, since episode 1.
Could be.
Honestly, like handling these many cases with how far they progress, sometimes it does take that long, but the show doesn't do a good job explaining that. So that's part of Jen's journey in this episode, I feel like, because she's always been distant from the term She-Hulk. She doesn't want to let that be her identity. But then once she has it taken from her, that's when she starts questioning, oh, well, do I really want this? And that's where you get the little quips where she keeps looking at Titania's like social media posts, and she's seeing what videos she's sharing, and she starts breaking the fourth wall again, saying, no, I'm fine. I promise. I'm totally okay with what's going on.
Which, I'm not gonna lie, like, again, I'm picking up on the fact that, okay, so what? She-Hulk is taken. I didn't really care for it. It wasn't until her boss was like, hey, we're running into an issue here, and she's like, okay, this is my livelihood, let me start getting into some action on this. That's when I felt like she was going to take it seriously. But I feel like if the boss didn't say anything, she would have been like, oh no, somebody's using the name She-Hulk, oh well. I guess I'll have to go by Green Goddess or whatever the heck she's gonna use. Like
We got it.
I don't know. I feel like, again, the writing on this was a little choppy, where it's like, yes, she started to embrace it, but she had to embrace She-Hulk because she had to. Like, it's not like she really had a choice. It's like, hey, if you're gonna be called She-Hulk and somebody is selling booty bouncing juice by She-Hulk, like, you need to make sure that our representation of this firm isn't a joke and blah 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 blah.
I think the She-Hulk thing, again, this is just me kind of filling in the gaps for the writers because they're not telling me this. But I want to say that it did bother Jen to a certain degree that it was being used, because it's that scenario where you don't really know that you wanted something until it's taken from you. So there's a scenario where, she has the name and the likeness being used without her permission, and it's not until like it bothers her. It does bother her, but it's kind of like what you were saying, where it's kind of like, yeah, that kind of sucks, but what am I gonna do? I'm not really gonna do anything. But I kind of wish that she didn't do that. I wish Titania did not steal my name. And then when her boss brings it up as a problem, that's where it's time to go into action. Like, okay, this bothered me before, but now that my boss has brought it to my attention, now we really need to take care of this. This is something serious right now. And then that's where we get introduced to Mallory. Her name's Mallory. Mallory Brooke. But again, it looks like there's a history between her and Jen that we never saw on screen.
More like a story, not
clearly
a
a story. And it just kind of sucks that you don't get to expand on that at all.
I mean, we might later episodes we might get maybe Mallory's insight as how she felt when Jennifer first arrived. But for now, they're friends.
Potentially.
Working together, yeah.
And so you have this plot that, I guess the main plot kicked off. Jen's trying to defend herself and get motion for summary judgment in her favor for the term She-Hulk. And then you have the A plot going. Then you have the B plot. I like the B plot better, and maybe that's because I like Nikki more in this episode.
Nikki.
I think the B plot it was just fun.
It was fun. I liked.
Stupid.
It was so literally stupid, but it was so good.
I liked everyone, even beyond Nikki. I liked Nikki and her interactions with
the
Pug.
Avengers guy.
The Avengers guy, when she spoke Chinese.
God, when she started to speak Chinese, and he's like, "Did you just assume that I was Chinese?" And she's like, "Oh my God, I feel so bad right now."
He's like, "This is a boba shop." Didn't he say he's Korean? Did he say he was Korean?
I don't think he said his. Yeah, I don't think he said what he was.
Oh, okay.
Like, I'm not Chinese.
Right.
That was so freaking funny.
And he just
it was also
away.
Funny that Nikki is fluent apparently in Mandarin.
Yeah, she just brought it up. She just popped it out of nowhere. That was funny.
She's like a hidden ace. Like, I feel like she has like a bunch of random skills and talents, but she's just a paralegal.
They were like, when Mallory called her, she's like, "Nikki, I wasn't lurking. I was just nearby." She's funny. I like her. I do like her. Yeah, I don't know. Who said it best? I mean, I know we're moving towards the B plot. I like when Mallory, because I guess this ties into the B plot. Mallory looked at Jennifer and said, "Nikki, why don't you? You're like fashionable and stylish. Why don't you help her, make her stop looking like a high school football player who's contesting a DUI?" And I was like, "Wow, she's absolutely right." Like
that line.
I thought it was a perfect line. I was like, yeah, because she does not look like the badass She-Hulk attorney at law. She just looks like she's going through the motions.
She looks like she really is wearing like
she's
this
struggling.
suit.
Even the suit is big on the She-Hulk, right? So it's like, come on, Jen, step your game up. So
let's could we talk about this Edna Mode character that is coming into play?
All right, y'all keep calling him Edna Mode. However, you must know your Daredevil history.
I do not recall this character from Daredevil.
He's not in Daredevil. It is
okay,
the concept,
so there we go.
It is the concept of suit making.
Soup?
Suit.
Soups,
With a
your
P?
favorite character?
Suit with a T.
Matt Ramos?
Suit. No, don't say his name on here.
Whoa.
Fine, say it all you want. You're promoting him. Go ahead.
Why so?
You don't remember the guy who made Daredevil's suit in Daredevil?
Yeah, he was the guy
Did he
that had
die?
like.
He didn't die, but
He was that guy that owned that little shop.
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember he was like a bald white guy, I think.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. So
I don't know.
go
when
ahead.
when they
tell me-
introduced,
Yeah,
Yes.
elaborate, Hooper.
Okay.
Tell me how
Well,
I should
no.
remember this.
well,
Tell me.
For me, when they introduced the concept that here's a guy who's making suits, my immediate mind went to how Daredevil went to a guy to make him a suit.
Oh my god.
To be honest with you, I think the only reason why your mind went to that is because you saw the promo.
No.
Matt
No. I saw the promo of Matt Murdock. I didn't know that he was not with the suit.
I think
as
the
far
reason
as
why you made that connection is
I made it
because
before
of
the
the
ending.
box at
Nope.
the end. You're like, oh
I
my
made it-
god!
I
now
made
this
it- I
reminds
made
me
it-
of that Netflix series.
No, I made it before the ending. Just because, again,
No,
I mean,
see,
yes,
this what
there
we
is-
call Inception.
not
You watching
Inception.
that promo was an
It- I-
inception to your brain, and
I
then
didn't
now
see the promo
you
for
think
this
about it.
episode. I saw the promo.
You
I
still
saw
knew
this-
Matt Murdock was going to be in the
Everybody
show.
knew Matt Murdock was coming in. It's just the
Exactly.
simple fact, if you remember key details
Literally,
regarding
okay.
Daredevil.
But the thing is that this character gave me no intuition or instinct or whatever that this would be someone who's making a suit for Daredevil.
No,
Right.
I didn't think. I didn't. Okay,
You're saying
you're
the
mishearing
concept.
me.
You're saying the concept of someone making a suit reminded you of another person from Daredevil, which was the guy who also
Oh, I
made
see
suits
now.
for
Yes,
someone else.
I am not saying, oh, this guy's making a suit for Daredevil. I am not saying I called that. It would just reminded me of where we've seen this before as far as the MCU goes. I am not saying I knew this guy had a Daredevil suit. I was shocked when he revealed that. So it seems they are
suits for all of the Avengers.
no.
Well, I don't think so, but he made it seem like he has a history with
says he
making
has-
suits.
He says he has high profile clients.
Right. So the question is, who has he made suits for? Because in that sense, conceptually as well, he is like an Edna Mode. He literally acted like Edna Mode. When Mallory, this is kind of fast forwarding to when Mallory, I'm sorry, not Mallory, Nikki. When Nikki came in with Jen, this guy, I don't know his name off the top of my head, but he was literally asking Jen, what kind of suit do you need? Do you need something that's like elastic? Do you need something like fireproof, bulletproof? Like
Literally like Edna Mode.
exactly like Edna Mode.
Also, right before we got to see him, he is talking through a box, like just like in The Incredibles, where they're like,
He's talking
My
through a
God.
bot. Oh, the
Yes, they're
yeah,
talking through
speaker.
the security camera.
Oh my
He's like,
God! Yes. Okay,
It's-
you're
it-
telling.
I've-
you're saying
I've-
your mind went to Netflix's
Yeah.
Daredevil, but it didn't
Yes.
go to Edna Mode. From
no,
Pixar?
not no.
Oh
I'm
my
sorry.
gosh.
That's how my mind works.
Oh
That's
my
how my mind
goodness.
works. Are there
Dude.
similarities? Yes. Do I agree with what you're pointing out? For sure. But this guy is not making Avengers suits because that's what they led with. She's an Avenger. It sounds like he's working his way up
Oh, okay.
Avenger status.
yeah,
So
because
you
somebody
think-
tells me he probably made the U.S. Patriot,
That could be argued.
U.S.
Yeah.
agent, U.S. agent,
US
suit.
agent.
So you think he's more so because like Avengers is like your top of the line like elite class of superheroes. You think he's maybe just doing like street level people?
Yeah.
Like Defender style.
Defenders. Okay.
I am sure, we're gonna see a plethora of superheroes in upcoming series and movies and whatnot. I'm sure, yes, the lesser known ones might have gone to this guy. But he's also based out of they're in LA, right?
L.A. Yeah.
Oh
So,
yeah. I just realized
most
that.
of these
Okay.
folks are on the east side.
Right, like
so-
New York, Queens,
Who
Harlem.
we gonna meet from the West Coast?
Right.
Doors open.
Doors are open. I like the character. Just from what I associated him with. Everyone loves Edna Mode from Incredibles. Um,
I like
and
him. Don't get me wrong. I like him too.
I
He
do.
was good.
He
He
was
was
good.
he was in a really good show too. Flight Attendant. I don't
Oh,
know
I
if
haven't
I
seen
have
Flight
not seen
Attendant,
that.
but I've
it's a
heard of
really
it
good show.
with
I'm gonna
Kaylee.
Drop that plug in there. Yeah, Kaylee Cuoco.
All right. That's good.
But he did a good job in that show, so I think he's gonna kill this. And if I see him in more Marvel productions, I'm not gonna be mad about it. I think it'll be pretty cool to
I
see.
will not either. I would like to see him outside of She-Hulk. Just just to expand that whole roster of who has he been helping. And then his interactions with other characters might be different based on his relationship to them. Maybe he has a reoccurring client that he's very fond of and they get along pretty well. Maybe there's a nasty one that's always like, rude and obnoxious to him. And he's rude and obnoxious back. I don't know. I feel like Marvel has something with this if they use this character throughout different shows. Not every cameo has to be, I am Daredevil in this episode and I am Thor. The cameos don't have to be the superheroes. They can be the street level people. So like an example in the Netflix series, like I forgot her, Claire. She was a cameo character. She was the Rosario Dawson.
Oh,
Rosario
yes.
Dawson.
Yes.
Claire, the night nurse.
The night nurse. She made cameos in I think every single Netflix.
No, she didn't make
series.
cameos. She was in those
She was
series.
in the cast for all three.
Yeah, she was in the
For all four.
cast.
Well, some of them she only appeared for like an episode or two.
She's still in she's a recurring cast member
Right.
versus a cameo.
Okay.
Cameo is like 5 seconds. You're gone forever.
Yeah.
I guess. Yeah.
think,
Sure.
think like Hugh Jackman in X-Men First Class. Like
Oh, like 2 seconds and then
2 seconds.
Yeah, that's
like
a cameo.
Okay.
Yeah,
First
Rosario
Class,
Dawson had roles, but I can see this guy having roles
okay.
in other shows, like
Okay.
whether it be 1 to 2 episodes. Yes.
And you know what? I have to say, WandaVision is the one that really set this off because everyone loved Darcy and everyone loved Wu. And so like seeing these smaller characters that like faded into the background of these bigger movies and then we got to see them a little bit more. I think that's what really made the TV shows think, let's see if we can get some of these characters be integrated throughout all of our stories.
I do agree. I think WandaVision probably did it best as far as bringing in a multitude of characters that all really had their origins outside of, from multiple entities in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. No one else has even tried to kind of match that energy, but that's okay. Maybe we'll see it in the future. Maybe they got something with this guy. I'm curious to see what suit. I'm actually curious to see the business suits and I imagine he's going to make a superhero suit. The She-Hulk jumpsuit.
Do you think it's going to be the traditional purple and white and black?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, they've already like shown it.
They have
Yeah, they have.
in promos or
It was like the first She-Hulk promos. It's kind of like a shot from her feet going up, and then it stops.
That's right. Yeah. They did. I remember that. That was like the first footage.
Yeah, that was like the first one, right?
Okay.
So
it's
versus-
definitely the traditional suit.
And then in Captain Falcon and Soldier Boy, they had
Yes, you're correct.
We didn't get his final look until that reveal in that episode.
The final episode.
yeah, I told you I hate that they do that.
What? Save
why is
the
the
reveal
suit-
for the.
Yes, just give us a freaking suit.
Wait, what do you
Um,
like? Say you're upset that they don't show it to you earlier?
Okay, Captain Falcon and Winter Soldier.
I feel like it culminated in that.
Yes,
Like,
no,
it was-
that one makes sense, but like I don't know, Miss Marvel watching her in the
Okay,
trash.
yeah, that took way too long.
That took a little, too long for my taste.
Wanda, she didn't get her final suit until the very end.
Well, Wanda was fine for me too because I didn't even expect her to get a suit, so that was okay for me.
Did
The
Loki
fact that
get
they
anything different? Loki didn't get anything.
No,
you
yeah,
got a TVA
Hawkeye?
jacket.
TVA,
Hawkeye got a
yeah.
new suit. Okay, yeah, Hawkeye's another one where they waited till the finale to reveal his new look, because what's her name was
Wait,
like,
did
oh,
he?
you need
Kate
more
Bishop?
color. Kate Bishop was like, you need more color.
Oh, and that's why they
No.
gave him more of the purple.
Yes, and like we got to rebrand you. Yes, so that was
Okay.
one.
About that. But yeah.
Speaking of suits, we want to talk about the elephant in the room. We get to, well, Jen is going back to get her suit. We don't see what it is, but as we just talked about, it's likely the classic suit, the purple, white, and black, gray, whatever's the other third color. And also off to the side, we have our Edna Mode. We keep calling him Edna Mode. I don't know his name. We have our Edna Mode character, and he notices like a box out in the open with the lid off, and he's like, hey, we can't be leaving this out in the open. Our clients require discretion. And he puts the box off to the side. You can see in my background over here, he puts the box down, the camera pans up, and ooh, look at what's in there. A pair of horns, devil horns.
I mean, it's the whole mask. You can see the whole mask.
Dare he leave it there in the open?
You saw the whole thing. There was a shot where you see the whole freaking thing.
Maybe it's Mephisto hiding in there.
Oh my god. It's yellow. It is his original suit in the comics.
Is it yellow? I thought it just had like a little tint. It's like dark, but there was a tint of yellow.
Yeah, I wasn't sure
Not
about
on the mask,
yellow
right?
on this one, because the mask, it kind of looks bronze a little bit, like bronze the whole way through. Maybe they haven't painted it yet. It's probably in its final. Actually, you know what? No, that one has to be done because they had the pickup lid on it, so it was ready to be picked up by whoever ordered it. So that I don't know. Maybe it's the lighting inside the bucket that's making it a weird little color. But Matt Murdock basically is here. He's there. He's right there. His helmet's right there. Did the guy from season 3 of Daredevil that made Matt Murdock's costume? Well, first off, what happened to Matt Murdock's costume from season 3? Did he throw it away? Did he just burn it? What happened to it? Because I know in season 3 he just goes back to being the masked man.
Well, they stole his suit.
The Bullseye, right?
Bullseye was wearing his suit like the whole season and masquerading him as Daredevil. I honestly don't remember what they did with the suit.
Well, because like, was it that Bullseye stole his actual suit, or
Bullseye had his suit?
Okay.
Because when you pick up in season 3 of Daredevil, he was saved from the rubble. Remember,
Safe from the rubble?
In Defenders, there was a cave in.
Oh, right, and you don't know if Matt Murdock died in the
exactly,
in the rubble.
And so his suit was stripped off him by somebody. I honestly don't remember. I have no idea where his suit, or maybe, but it makes sense where we left off. He might be in need of a new suit.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, it makes sense. I think it. Well, I mean, it's weird because they say Daredevil Born Again, whenever it comes, is not a continuation of the Netflix series. It's its own thing.
And what does that mean? What does that mean?
Is he gonna be a lawyer in LA?
That could mean
I don't
so
know.
many things, man. Oh,
Well,
God.
I mean, but then you bring back Charlie and Vincent, and now you're saying, I don't know, just bring back everybody. I don't know where they're going.
You see what I mean by this, where like they never want, like we've heard, like I think they've been asked questions like, is this a continuation from the Netflix series? And they'll say certain things where it's like you could interpret it in multiple different ways. Like they'll give you a positive answer, and at first glance you'll be like, oh great, that means Netflix is canon, and that means it'll reference the Netflix series. But when you think about it, you're like, wait, no. They can still be like, well, these are the same characters because it is Kingpin, it is Matt Murdock, it is, if Foggy Nelson comes back, it is Foggy Nelson, but these are not the same characters from the ones that went through whatever the hell they went through in the Netflix series. So that's
It's
my
gonna
whole
be
thing
weird.
with it.
It's
I
gonna be
told you,
weird.
I'm telling you, they're gonna
We-
say that it's not canon. They're not going to.
Yeah, because I mean, if we have a multiverse of different people, we can totally have the same actors play these people. Just like you
Oh,
said, there's just no.
so you're
That's
saying
a
like
different timeline.
the Netflix series is maybe a multiverse, like a different universe.
Like
Oh,
see-
I hope
3, 2,
not.
1. instead of
Actually, you know
616.
what? They could probably do that because they've
They
already
could.
established. They've already established that the same actor plays, for the most part, the same variant or the same multiverse counterpart. So like, goodness, what's his name? John Krasinski plays Mr. Fantastic in all variants of Mr. Fantastic. Same with
At least the older
Benedict
John Krasinski is the older.
Yes.
Yes.
Benedict Cumberbatch plays all versions of Doctor
But-
Strange.
But Loki proved that.
Yeah.
there's-
See, I was literally just about to say. I
Oh,
don't
the
know, 'cause
variants.
Well, Loki is based on one universe with multiple variants of one timeline. It's confusing.
Okay. Marvel needs to come out with a chart or something in Quantum Mania or something. They need to do something where they
Because you
explain
mean
this-
to tell me
these are timelines. These are multiple timelines. These are multiple universes, and this is the line that divides them.
because boastful Loki must have been what do they call it? Not de-resed. Whatever it is. Pruned. Boastful Loki was pruned because he was black.
Oh, Boastful was the black one.
Yes.
Okay, he was the one that kind of looked like Thor a little bit.
Yes.
Okay,
Mhm.
got it.
But the reason why the whole TVA was set up is so that there wasn't any multiverses. They wanted to
Right.
have the one continuous timeline so that we didn't have any variants that would cause different multiverses. But because TVA was paused because of Kang, or the death of Kang, this does get confusing, but basically the branches are now able to spread out and create those different multiverses. That's why we see in Doctor Strange, or I'm sorry, in No Way Home, the rip that's happening, there's branches happening out of that.
Right.
So
That's how I understood it.
there's different variations. So I don't think the TVA operates in one singular multiverse. I think it's in between, kind of like where the Watcher is.
I don't
Right.
even want to get into it. They will
Yeah, I
do
know,
anything.
I'm getting so confusing right now.
No,
Well-
just they'll do anything to make something work at this point. And it's really what it is. They're just like, it's their answer for everything.
Yep.
Oh, how come the X-Men haven't been here the whole time? Multiverse problem.
Multiverse, so I didn't, you know.
Oh, where's Foggy Nelson and Karen from Daredevil? That's one multiverse.
It's their cop out. It's
It is-
easy
it is
too.
a
'cause
cop out, but
it
it
makes
is
really-
sense.
easy.
it makes sense. It's not like you can argue against it. You're just kind of upset. You're like, oh well, thanks, I guess. I have to accept it. I can't argue it.
You can't argue. Oh god.
But look at that. We've been talking mostly about multiverses and all this other stuff. And again, this was probably the better part of this episode. I mean, I don't know. The finale just basically ends up with Jen getting summary judgment in her favor. Titania has to stop using the She-Hulk brand and cease all production of the makeup products involving She-Hulk. And that's basically it. I mean, we get kind of like a nice moment at the end where, Mallory's having a drink with her and she's saying like, hey, Jen, you deserve better. You don't need. I like how she she referred to the guy that was the final testimony to get judgment in her favor. She was like, yeah, that extremely attractive man. Don't listen to him. I'm like, oh, okay, Valerie, I see you. But and then that's it. And then the cameo at the end, or not the cameo, whatever you want to call it, the reference.
tease. It was a
The tease.
Easter egg.
Actually, it's an Easter egg and a tease all wrapped in one.
Great. It's fucking Easter.
Any final thoughts on She-Hulk? I mean, that's basically it. I'm just kind of going through the motions with She-Hulk at this point. I watch it out of obligation, and then occasionally Marvel throws me a curveball like, "Hey, look, there's Daredevil." I'm like, "Oh wow," and then I'm back to watching She-Hulk normal.
Final thoughts. I like Jen. I enjoy Jen. I enjoy her story. I enjoy Nikki. I enjoy Pug. I enjoy Mallory. Everything else has been, like I said, it's like this. The characters keep me here. The execution of everything else is imbalanced. That's what I'll say. Unbalanced. There you go.
Fair enough. Thanos was arguing for balance. That was one of his mottos.
My gosh.
Stop. Unrelated. Well,
there you have it, folks. There's our take on She-Hulk episode 5. We got 6, 7, 8, 9, 4 episodes left of She-Hulk. We'll manage somehow to power through the remainder of She-Hulk, and hopefully, who knows, things might pick up, things might get better, and we'll see what happens. But
go get the Iron Man 3s.
Go get the Iron Man 3s. They did show like a little bit of what do you call it? The concept art at the very end of the episode. I like that. I like those shoes. Marvel, if you want to print money, make some shoes like that available. Those look kind of dope. I like the Iron Man 3s and all the other shoes in the background. Those are don't do Avengers or Avengers or whatever they were doing.
Avengers and Avengers.
Oh, actually, the bootleg references are Avengers.
Well, that's what they were. Excuse me.
Oh, man. Well, let us know what you think, folks. Give us a like. Give us a shout out. Let us know what you thought of She-Hulk episode 5. We're on all your streaming platforms such as YouTube, Spotify, Instagram, Twitter, Apple Podcasts, Instagram, TikTok at the Yonko Table. Share us around. Give us a like. And catch you on the next one. I'm your Yonko host, Dr. JaceAttorney, fellow Yonko Grandmaster Hoop and Supernova Dars. Signing off and take care.